Welcome back to another episode of the Wise Mindset Guy podcast. I'm your host, Nat Palestino, and I thank you once again for tuning into my show. Today, we'll be going into the idea of elevating your life journey. It is my utmost belief that in order to have a clear picture of what we are going after in life, we need to have a wildly important target. We are goal-driven beings, and these objectives that we strive for, which will always be challenging, are essential to our growth. We need an absolute yes to an important goal. This yes allows us to avoid the constant distractions which get in our way daily. We can have negative goals creep into our lives very easily. This is why having awareness is the key to giving us the ability to ask ourselves the question of, is this goal really serving me? I'll say this again because it's very important. Is this goal really serving me? Sometimes we don't realize that what we do is actually hindering our lifestyle, which then brings negative feelings. Having gratitude for where we are so far in our life journey, it can help us to continue to push those outer boundaries, which sometimes seem very hard to reach, very far also to reach. A good idea is having what we call adult imagination. So asking ourselves, what we want can be a daunting task since we do not always know. Sometimes I don't know what I want. I have to find it. However, visualizing what our ideal life would look like can give us that mental picture we so desire. Think of it again as adult imagination, almost like daydreaming. Remember, when we were children, when you were a kid, it was very easy to visualize a far-fetched reality, and it was actually fun doing it since, we were young and innocent. We need to get back to that inner child state of being, even if it seems like fantasy. As children, we were filled with hope and promise. Why can't we feel the same way as adults? Give yourself that question sometimes to reflect. Why can't we feel the same way as adults? There are unfortunately many constraints that go on in our daily lives, in our daily routine, which keep us very busy. Whether this be our daily job, our kids, our life partner, household maintenance, and our friends and peers. It all has an effect on our short or long-term goal setting, right? Getting our focus back by slowing things down in our minds will get us to fully concentrate on the question of what we want. So what do you want? The ability to break down, our goals over a period of time helps to achieve them at the right pace. We don't have to do it immediately. We can go slowly over time. I like to think of it in terms of, what do I want in the next 6 months, 1 year, 5 years, and so forth. Picturing what my life would look like after those time frames helps me create an action plan. Because we can't just think of it, we have to have an action plan. A goal without an action plan is just a hopeless dream. By investing the time, I then know what needs to be done to achieve those daily micro wins on my life journey. What do I need to do every day, every month, 6 months, every year, and so on? There's a lot of superficial ideas which cloud most people's judgment of what a life should be. Not everyone, but most people, I'd say, focus on getting rich, being overly attractive in comparison to their peers, and wanting applause from others. Our social media apps, we are flooded with those materialistic views at an overwhelming level, which then influences our perception. These superficial views that we see on social media, this will not make us happy. We all want a deep sense of happiness, joy, and peace in our life. This can be achieved by going inward and reconnecting with our soul, which will create the best version of you. We need to raise our energy. Raise your energy. How do we get to the best version of ourselves? With hard work, of course. Hard work is important. That hard work will help us increase our energy levels so we can excel at the game of life. And that's all it comes down to. It's a game of life. Going to sleep at a decent time, which sometimes is difficult, is a good start. So we can wake up early and feel refreshed the next day. I would say that the most difficult thing is turning off our electronic devices. I do before bedtime, and it helps me sleep better at nighttime. After we have woken up, meditation is a good tool to use in helping to calm the mind and redirecting your energy to where we want to focus on. I do this on a daily basis. If we wake up and the first thing we do is look at our phone, then that is where our energy and focus go to. Meditation with daily practice and persistence will achieve stunning results. Another game changer I find is exercise. Most people believe that exercise will deplete their energy, but it is actually the opposite. Energy creates energy. Exercise creates energy. With a minimum of 30 minutes of intense exercise coupled with the right balance of hydration and nutrition, our energy levels can skyrocket. I do not believe it until I saw it for myself. Was able to get this information from leading experts, of course. Reflection is the most overlooked step to raising energy levels. By reflecting on gratitude, we have have gratitude for everything positive in our life has a tremendous effect on our well-being. Most people take for granted what they have. But when you look at the rest of the world who may be stuck in extreme poverty or war-torn countries, this really starts to make sense. Grateful people are happier and more productive human beings. Gratitude is essential. I can't stress this even more. Gratitude is essential in lifting our spirits and making us aware that we deserve to achieve our goals in life. When I do the things as I described here in today's episode, I can then be truly the best version of myself. I surround myself with the right people and the right daily habits so that my energy is at its best potential. There will always be distractions like toxic people and news feeds that try to deplete my state of being. But I'm always reminded to keep pushing forward to the goals that I want to achieve. This strong motivation in me helps to progress me one day at a time. That progress will equal happiness and bring my soul to the rare level that most people only dream of. Thanks again for joining me on the Wise Mindset Guy podcast. If you like this episode, please hit subscribe. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. And if you like the episode, please share with a friend in need. Until next time, take care, everyone.